So diversity. This is a term that is used in so many constructs. But I want to begin with just level setting, that diversity is the mere presence of difference. It's the characteristics that we have. When you look around the room or look at the person next to you, we are all different. However, diversity is driven by the dimensions of diversity. And when we think about the dimensions of diversity, I like to use the Garden, Swartz, and Rowe image here, where there's 4 layers of diversity. There's a layer of the personal. It goes into the internal dimensions, things like our age, our gender, identity, our sexual orientation, our race. The external dimensions, looking at marital status, our levels of education, where we live. And then, out to the organizational dimensions. How do we see ourselves within the organizations in which we are, whether it's the ANNA or your actual employment? And then we talk about equality versus equity. And many times people confuse the two terms. So let's look at this picture. And many of you have probably already seen this. This is from the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation. And when you look at the top line, it's equality. Everyone gets a bike, right? However, equity is creating those opportunities that provide equal access. So when you look at equity on the second line, and look at the different individuals. Someone needs a recumbent bike. Someone needs a little larger bike, a smaller bike, and so forth. And so equity is truly about giving equal access. And I love this phrase from Werner Myers, who was the CDO at Netflix, and she said that diversity is being asked to the party, but inclusion is being asked to dance. And inclusion is around intentionality. You have to focus on what you're going to do to engage the diverse individuals that you're working with, whether it's in a community setting, a membership organization such as ANNA, or at work. And then belonging. Belonging is actually the outcome that we're hoping to achieve. It's feeling secure and supported. It's feeling that sense of acceptance as to who you are as your identity. And it's being your authentic self, whether it's at work, at the association. It's about being who you are. It's not about changing who you are. It's showing up as you are, who you are. The sense of belonging. When we talk about justice, it's really focused on dismantling barriers. Now, we know that social justice has a broad term that really focuses on allyship. But from a term of just plain justice, it's truly about dismantling barriers. Whether they're structural, actual, perceived, those barriers have to be dismantled so that everyone can live their full and potential life and thrive. Oh, there we go. See, I'm going to screw up the technology. And then health equity. Ultimately, what we're trying to achieve. It's that state in which everyone has the opportunity to attain their full health potential. No one is disadvantaged because of where they live, where they work, their level of education, their financial means. It's truly about achieving health. And health can be defined quite broadly because it's not just about our physical health. It could be our financial health, our mental health, and so forth. There's been an evolution of diversity work over the last few years. We've been talking about diversity, equity, inclusion, eliminating healthcare disparities for over 40 years if you look back in the literature. And unfortunately, the pandemic identified that we have not come as far as we thought we have. There's still barriers, there's still challenges, and there's still work to be done. However, there used to be a term called cultural competency, that we're going to all go to a class, we're going to learn all there is to learn about cultural competency, check the box, and we're all done. However, we've evolved from that. We are focused on cultural humility. It's really thinking about how we have a humble and respectful attitude, that learning about diversity, equity, and inclusion and everything that goes along with that is a lifelong goal and process. We can't possibly know all we can know about one individual, a group of individuals, a community, an organization. It's lifelong learning.